Hey guys, it's Griffy here with some Pokemon Go action. Today we're going to be using our Pokemon that were powered up from a million Stardust, and we're going to be using them to battle. To do what Pokemon were always meant to do, hurt other Pokemon because we get badges for it. A bit of a conflict of interest there, but either way, we've got our massive Dragonite from our series. Make sure to go back and check that out if you want to have a look what it requires to build that 3087 CP Dragonite. He's got his second lieutenant 51 or Dragonite 51. So we're going to be going with the purely S team. The level 9 gym obviously having 9 Pokemon, all of them in the S tier. So people have definitely learned how to play this game, especially myself and Matt, starting with the Executor into a Flareon. Guys, if you're not aware of how the elemental system works, please go back and have a look because that's not the smartest move in the world. On the left, I just wanted to include the stats for the Pokemon. I know it's going to be changing as we switch them out, but don't worry, each Pokemon's going to get a fair bit of screen time because to take this gym down takes a little while. And no, the whole video is not just one playthrough. We're playing the gym, I think 2 or 3 times, switching out Pokemon just to show you what each of the Pokemon are capable of, because we did power up quite a few at that million Stardust. So we're starting off with our 2600 Dragonite just to try it out. It's been quite a while actually getting all those candies to create 2 Dragonites. I don't believe Matt caught either of these 2 as their final form. They were both from Dratini's. Vileplume going absolute bonkers, as you can see, showing why that number has been used quite well. That is his actual IV. It's not intentional by any means. The Vileplume, Razor Leaf, and Moonblast. I do apologize for the circle covering the numbers for how strong each move is, but unfortunately that's just where it sits on the tablet, and trying to get a nice photo with the number at the top, I had to lose out somewhere with those 2 command buttons on the UI of Pokemon Go. As you can see, Vileplume doing absolute work, taking out Gyarados pretty well on its own, and about third of the way through Vaporeon, handing it up to the General himself, our Dragonite. Not the best IV, 79, would have been nice to have a little bit higher, but it's still going to become a monster when Matt can continue to spend candy on it. 8 candy per power-up's just nuts. Snorlax actually doing a fair bit of work, so as you can see, Snorlax is probably the best defender in the game. I can't remember off the top of my head actually who's the best, but Snorlax has an enormous health pool and does quite a bit of damage. Arcanine, 2, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, the first number isn't 3. Is doing quite good indeed. Absolutely bonkers on the Executor there. And switching back to Dragonite to finish it off. And as you can see, does a huge amount of damage to us. We got 147 health on a Dragonite. I wish I could see his defense stats to give you an idea, but absolutely bonkers. He's going so hard at it, just breathing on it makes the rest of his body move. As you can see, his right arm seems to be a reflex. So going into Vaporeon, probably not the best option, but that's just the auto resurrect. Executor on Executor right now. Ours a huge CP advantage. Yeah, time to get out of there now, buddy. Arcanine, not so friendly for us. Vaporeon, as you can see, the water fountain itself, putting on an aqua display all on its own. If you had LEDs, that'd be for one hell of a light show. Talking about light shows, that's the game. You win. That's our first clear through, taking off 10,000 prestige of that gym. Team Mystic, where we are, quite strong. Actually, this gym is located between 3 churches, so blue must have something to do with purity because there are so many Team Mystic people in this very specific part of town that the blue gym is always there, so we thought we'd bring in some Team Valor just to shake things up. They'll come back tomorrow wondering what the hell happened to their enormous gym. They'll probably be back there today actually, so we'll go have a look again. This time we've got Venusaur and Machamp. Unfortunately in this game, because there aren't that many Pokemon yet, still only first generation, you're going to see a lot of repeats, a lot of duplicates, because they just are best in slot, if you will, or best of type. And their attacks, as you can see, Machamp on double speed, just absolutely hilarious to watch. Oh, look at him go, and then all of a sudden he just releases all that tension from the ground, showing Snorlax. Ah, yeah. His satisfaction, Machamp. So Stone Edge and Karate Chop being the moves. 142 HP on this guy, weighing 130 kilos at only 1.28 meters. So this guy, BMI, well and truly. Oh, Dragonite's 2.32 meters. That's tiny. I guess for the proportion, because he's got the tail, the weight to height's not too bad. Good Executor here, 1.81 meters. It's not actually that tall when you think about it. I always thought that'd be about 2.5. Goodness gracious, so Confusion and Seed Bomb on this one. So I think each of the Executors have a slightly different moveset, so you get a good variation of not only the impact of IV and CP, but also movesets, as one of our videos covered, actually, movesets being very important. So you get to see the final effect of after you spent the Stardust, you want it to be on something worthwhile and not losing to a Pokemon that you've got their special advantage to. Our Dragonite having Hyper Beam, I think we'll get a huge Hyper Beam off later in this battle, so just make sure to keep an eye out when that Hyper Beam charges up as compared to this one's Dragon Pulse. And Snorlax returning favor. Holy hell. Pardon me. We'll just delete that. As you can see, Dragonite just returning the favor there. Absolutely bonkers. Love that word, bonkers. You guys have any descriptive words? Leave them in the comments below. Vileplume on Executor here. No, another switch coming out. Here we go. There should be a big Hyper Beam coming up here soon. Unless I... Here we go. Watch this. Bang. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is power, and probably 150 hours worth of grinding for that one move. Very grind-based game, that's for sure. But the results very satisfying when your big Pokemon faints, I can tell you. Like, I could just picture Matt's face thinking about it now, like these huge Pokemon, watching them faint, and you think, oh my goodness, is he actually going to clear the gym? And then the look on the face is like, yeah, it's clearing. There's absolutely no way we aren't beating this gym right now. It comes right down to the wire though. I think Vileplume's the last Pokemon left standing. Luckily, we have a deep combat power disadvantage here, and I just think sheer stats are what pulled us through there. So I think only one Pokemon left there we could have lost. Alright, so we'll go for one final clear. Just going to revive all the Pokemon. Yes, this is at double time, don't freak out. And I just had to put this in here. Look at that Pokestop. Being level 32 is probably good enough just for the Pokestops. Watching and like you're getting 5 to 7 items a Pokestop, which is absolutely nuts. As you saw, 919 Pokemon there, I should say, as you can see rather. But the items from the Pokestops, absolute value. Here we go, better matchup. Venusaur into Vaporeon. Venusaur going the whole Shalada here, getting those maximum torque, and then big move settles down. It's quite interesting, actually. I love the animations for this game. They've done them quite well, considering it is a mobile phone-based platform game. Gyarados, yeah, we're doing the dodges. You wouldn't think this guy can move quick, but Venusaur's pretty good. Whack, 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 whack. That's 2.04 meters of high and 100 kilograms, so not the biggest density on our Venusaur. No wonder why he can dodge so effectively. Anyway guys, let us know the biggest gym that you've been able to solo and the average CP. This is one of the big ones in town. We are looking for a level 10 one around, so hopefully when we find that, we'll record that one. And don't count when other people help you, because yes, gyms can be grouped up on. I'm talking about just your team alone. What were you able to clear first go without knocking any prestige off to make it happen first? Oh, Machamp just wearing Snorlax's Hyper Beam, not even moving. That's how keen and ready to go he is. And another Stone Edge. Wazam! Didn't even see it that time. Bit annoying actually when the game bugs and doesn't show you the animations. Snorlax down. Here we go. We're getting to the business end of the battle now. We bought a fire type this time. Let's see how this goes. Big damage there to start off with. Super effective. Flamethrower one. Flamethrower. Oof, almost lost. And again. And the double executor team really does take a absolute belting to get through. One's down. Oh, we got a second fire type. So first we're debuting Flareon here, EV evolution. Not too sure on Flareon's stats really, because it doesn't seem to go too well. I used it at, well, my Flareon, it didn't do too good. And at the other gym recording, a Flareon actually got one shot by Snorlax, which was quite interesting. Anyway guys, so that's the gym at the highest levels. I'm not going to show you through the rest, just one more playthrough, switching out our bigger ones for just other, you could almost call them secondary roster Pokemon. Just got the links to some of our other videos, so we got our level 32 rare evolutions video, so pretty much I think we evolved every Pokemon that's in the current first generation. Can't wait for generation 2 to come out. A million Stardust, so we wouldn't have even gotten this battle team without that. So it's pretty much a 5-part series. Please give it a look. If you've enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up. It's currently 4:30 in the morning while I'm recording this, so if you're still watching, I appreciate your loyalty, and I hope you enjoyed this. I absolutely love Pokemon myself, and to see what Matt's 3 to 4 weeks of grinding have culminated in, pretty much these top 15 Pokemon. It's quite fun actually to see them faint, really. No, it's not too bad. Oh, nice dodge there, but still got hit. Bit unfortunate, really. As you can see, quite a few different Pokemon are all powered up to the max. I think Matt was between level 30 to 32 at the time of those videos, so definitely massive power-ups as you can see the end result. Machamp definitely probably my favourite of all the battle Pokemon animations, and just goes absolutely into it, moving those forearms to get those hits in. Oh, definitely one of my favourite videos as well is the IVs explained. As you can see, IV playing a huge role. All the numbers in front of the Pokemon corresponding to their IV numbers. That's cool watching Flamethrower, but still not enough and dying. Poor thing. And then their Arcanine going to work on our Machamp. Like, he's dodging and weaving in every move. Like, forearms makes for some interesting movements. I wonder if he's jabbing. No, they're not jabs, they're like cross hits. And then my favorite animation of all of them is just the happy dance. A double speed just looks fantastic. Snorlax has some huge stats on him. As you can see, level 6, not worth showing it, but we did end up taking the gym. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you on our next videos.